It's so great to get in touch with you after so many years. I don't know if you remember, but we'd connected base when you just had Meher and you were still a part of MTV Roadies. At that time, you'd come to Delhi to promote. I remember asking you, how's the motherhood treating you? So it's been a long journey. Congratulations are in order for your sixth season of No Filter Neha podcast, which is now turned video. So what has that transition been like?
It's intense. I'm also one of the co-producers. So, I feel like the best and the worst part about me being producer is that I like to micromanage, which means there's no stopping because I want to look into every detail and I want to make sure that everything is done. So, excuse me. But I'm well aware that the conversations are with my friends, so I'm extremely protective about that. But it's very important to make them feel comfortable. And I also like to commit to the tagline or the title of the show called No Filter. So, I want to give the audience also a little more than what they've signed up for. Yeah. So it's about finding the right balance, the right mix, the right kind of production value, because now we're on video. And you want to leave very little room for mistakes.
As a fellow mother, does the guilt ever become overbearing of staying away from kids?
Yeah. I marvel the ones who don't have mom guilt, and I feel like you need to reach that point in your life. I don't know, one way or the other, or some of us like me, I can never reach it. But I know that, and I don't lie to my kids about why I go to work, because I'm not there to tell them that, hey, mama's doing this because I'm going to go and do this for you so I can get you a present back home. But that's not how I want to raise my kids, especially my daughter. I'm pretty upfront in why I say my daughter is because she's the one who's, she has the ability to understand because she's older. And right now my son sees me with my bag on my shoulder and he's like, Mama, don't go. But when my daughter sees me, like, no, Maranisa, Mama's doing this because she likes doing this. And she's going to come back and she's going to be happy because she's had a good day at work. And then she's going to come back to you because she loves you with all her heart and all her might. But while I'm having that conversation, I'm also really guilty about leaving them. But then your tone, and do I want to be that person who kind of... I tip my hat off to, women who give up everything and sit at home. I think that's really hard. As much as people think that, kaam chhod ke baith gaye or kaam nahi karte. It's a full-time job being a mom.
Absolutely.
What's that mathematics about breastfeeding a kid for 1 year? It's like how many hours goes into that? I don't remember the exact statistics. But the other part is that mom guilt is real. Yeah, it really is real. You make it in time for bedtime, you're like, damn, why didn't I go for football class pickup? You make it in time for school drop off, go to work, go to the gym, come back home, and then you're there waiting for them to come back home so that they can see you, you can see them, you can tuck them into bed. Then you're like, oh, I wish I could see. Then they tell you about something that happened in the day and you're like, oh gosh, I wish I was present to see this. So it's continuous.
We've always seen you working, I don't think you've had a downtime ever. You've been in films, you've done podcasts, you've been a reality show host, So are you workaholic? Is that something you thrive on?
I thrive on working. I don't know if I'm a workaholic or not, because sometimes I get very excited about something and I see it through. And then when I'm 80% there, I could just fizzle out completely. But then there's a part of me that's just like, this is great, I have to do it. And the one thing that bothers me is that if I wake up on a Monday morning and I'm like, what am I going to do today? I can't be planning that now. So I need to know what my next 6 Monday mornings look like. Because I need to constantly work towards something, or I need to be working. So I don't know if I'm a workaholic, that I don't put in as many hours, but yeah, and Anga's been saying this to me for so long. He's like, a huge win for an actor sometimes is just to sit back and preserve yourself. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to do that. But I don't get it. He's like, again, you're not doing what I'm telling you to do. So yeah, we both come from very different schools. And
Yeah.
he's like, you're constantly up to something. He's like, take a breather, take a break. It's okay. It's okay. And then I'm just like, yeah, I will. And then the minute I take a break in the morning, I'm just like, okay, now what? What do you do on a break? Like, I don't know what to do on a break. So yeah, I mean, if that counts for being a workaholic, then maybe I am. It's taken me 25 or 24 years to establish that, but maybe you've answered that question for me.
Right. And since you mentioned Angad, will we get to see the two of you together sometime on a project?
I have no idea, because the choices he makes versus the choices I make as far as work are concerned are so different, and from each other. And his body of work and my body of work are so different that we don't know. But it'll be really exciting to see him and me together.